Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a slightly different video today. It's going to be a BDO Remastered video, or Black Desert Online Remastered video. And what I'm going to be talking about in this video is my opinions on the Remastered and the game in general, anything they've changed, and if the game's worth playing in 2018, which will be at the end of the video, and the pros and cons of what they could do to make the game more playable to people, and what they do right about the game, just that kind of thing. Now, I'm coming at this as the point of view as someone who's not really played much of the game before. I actually haven't played much of the game before, so it's going to be for people that haven't experienced the game or want to try and get into the game, and what I recommend that they do. Anyway guys, let's get into this video. So, if you know anything about BDO, you probably know that it's being classed as pay to win, and you have to spend loads and loads of money, like $50, £50, whatever, to actually do viable PvP. Well, that is true. It's not 100% true. You can spend hours and hours, and I mean like hours. You're going to be there for like weeks, months maybe, just to try and get the same stuff that you can from the cash shop. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world, but when you factor in the cost of the actual game, I know it's only small, like £8 or $10 or whatever it is in America, then I guess they need to make their money somehow, because that's not going to make loads and loads of money. But when you factor in that this game was originally something like £25, I think, in the UK, or £30, it was somewhere around there, and then they also had this free-to-play kind of cash shop aspect, in that, I mean, you have to spend like loads of money to actually get anywhere. I don't see why they're doing this. It's not really a thing that many other companies have done. Now, BDO could be something really special. They could have, well, they have, in my opinion, the best combat in any MMORPG. That's just, in my opinion, fact, and I know many people feel the same way, but the rest of the game just lets it down. And the Remastered, it hasn't fixed any of these issues. I don't know why they've called it a Remastered, honestly. It's just kind of a shit show. As I said in the intro, I started the game completely from scratch with a new character, just to see if the questing or anything like leveling like that has changed, but no, it's still a pretty grindy game. And it does take you a couple of days to actually get to the Awakening, and the Awakening is when you actually start enjoying the game, in my opinion, because you can go out and start doing PvP and be viable in it. Now, I picked the Dark Knight, which is a class that I've played quite a bit before. It's one of my favourite classes. The mobility is really fun. The damage is okay. It's not the best damage. Like, the Mage, the Witch, or whatever it's called, does a lot more damage. The Wizard, there we go, that's the one. Does a lot more damage than this class, but this class is fun to me. I like running around with a big sword, honestly. So yeah, now, combat hasn't changed. Nothing else has really changed. It's literally just the graphics. And they do look nice, but it was already one of the nicest looking games anyway in the MMORPG sector, so they didn't really need to update any of the graphics, in my opinion. So, is BDO actually worth playing in 2018 after the remaster's been released? In my opinion, probably not. If you left the game because you were fed up with the grind, or you just got bored of the game, the update literally offers no extra content for you. It will be like playing the same game with a slightly different texture, graphic revamp, which doesn't really improve the graphics too much. Now, over on their FAQ of their remastered thing, like their webpage, they have like different sections to see what has actually been changed, and the only one on there that they seem to be displaying is what are the good things about playing in the remastered mode, and the only like subheading underneath that is that the metallic gold outfits are now actually kind of shiny. Yeah, that's one of their big claim to fames. Their water is still pretty good, apparently, according to their webpage. I'll link the FAQ webpage down in the description, so you guys can go check that out. There's also their pay-to-pay thing, or pay-to-play, where you go to the cash shop and buy stuff to actually improve your in-game stay, even though that you've already paid for the game, is quite a big thing in this game. And over on their cash shop, you can buy something called a Firefly, I believe. And the reason because they introduced this is because people have been complaining that the night mode in the remastered mode is too dark. And they're instead of fixing this, they decided to release another paid-for thing that you have to go to the cash shop, you have to buy, and yeah, why would they do this? They could just fix the lighting. It's not that hard, honestly. They just turn up the lights a little bit in the nighttime. So yeah, they could have fixed that. Instead, no, they're making more money off of it, milking it. Now, you can buy these for 100 silver, which is the in-game currency, which is not a lot, or you can buy it with the loyalties. But why would you have to... Why would we do that when you could just fix the game instead of us spending our in-game currency and whatever to do this? Now, you can milk the in-game currency by... What a lot of people do is they buy the outfits on the cash shop for real money, and I don't know how much they are. Then they sell them in-game for about 24 million silver, I want to say, or 24,000... 240,000 silver? It's something like that anyway. But it's quite a lot of money, and personally I can afford like 8 or 9 with the in-game currency that I have. I have like a couple of billion for some reason. I just haven't brought anything with the silver. Just been playing the game, not buying anything. So, it's not like you can't afford them, but there should be a way to stop people from just milking silver without playing the game. Now, this is a way to negate the grind fest that is this game, but there should be a better way that they thought about implementing a new feature that they thought of instead of people just going to the cash shop, buying some real life money item, then selling it in-game for in-game currency. Why not have a mob, like a PvE boss? Because there's no PvE, there's just grindy kill quest type things that happen when you go questing. There's nothing, you can buddy up with your friends. You can go and kill a world boss, and then that world boss is dead. That's pretty much it. You get okay loot from it. It's not the best loot in the game, but it's by no means the worst loot in the game. And you can do this at any level because you can use any weapon or any armor at any level, which is the thing that I like about this game. Like every other game, everything has levels, and you have to wait, oh, I'm only level 50 and I can't use this cool sword that I got until level 50. Well, in this game, you get that same sword, and you can use it at level 1 if you really wanted to. Now, there's no unbenefits, or whatever you call them, negatives, and there's no benefits to this. So yeah, just use the best stuff that you've got at all time, is how I play the game anyway, and I quite enjoy it for, like, just hopping on and doing something mindless for about an hour when I literally have nothing else to do for an hour. Now, there are other games that you could do this with, like RuneScape, and I would probably recommend that you go and play RuneScape instead of this, because in that 1 hour, you're going to get way further in RuneScape than you are in this. So, anyway guys, should you play BDO Remastered? And if you didn't play the old one, then no, you probably shouldn't play this, because there's probably a reason why you didn't play the old one, and because this hasn't changed at all, then you're gonna not play the game for the same reason. Now, I do recommend coming to this game if they implement some more PvE. Now, this is going to be the cons, like the pros and cons section, so first we'll start with the pros. The pros of this game is that the graphics are still really good. Actually, that's probably the only pro I can think of, other than the PvP aspect and the really cool graphics, which every other MMO should probably strive to try and get these graphics. They're so good, and the game runs really smoothly, even on my 960, and my laptop, which has like a 1050 in, I think. It just runs smoothly on both, at 60 frames per second at 1080p. I also get 60 at 1440 on my like other desktop, which has got my 960 in. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now the cons. What are the cons of this game? No PvP that's actually fun. Like, it's good, but it could be so much better. Add dungeons. There's no things that you can do with your friends other than the world bosses, which kind of sucks. So yeah, for me personally, I will come back to this game, and I'd recommend it to anyone if they add those PvE aspects that a lot of people have been asking for, and it would bring so many people back to the game, it would bring new people into the game, but time and time again, they just refuse to put PvP content into the game, PvE content into the game that's actually good. The PvP, I would still stand and say, is really good, it's really fun, if you don't mind spending loads of time in game trying to get the items to be viable, or spending loads of money on the cash shop to be viable. It's just time or money, this game. There's no in-between, like every other game, it's just time and money. So anyways, if you liked this video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you disagree with anything that I've said, we'll have a discussion down in the comments, so put some stuff down there. I haven't played this game tons and tons, this is kind of like a first impressions video, so if I did get anything wrong, please correct me down in there as well. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.